Hello, party people! Hello, it's Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant, and I'm here today. I'm going to do like design on the fly. Originally, I was going to do a kit that I had found, but I'm like, I don't think so. I'm just going to do a design on the fly. This is the real deal. Like, this is how I design. Everybody's different. Some people like to map out their design, put everything where it's supposed to go, makes them, not that that's good or bad. It actually helps to make sure you know what you're doing and that you're going to have enough beads to do it. However, I'm just like, I'm a person who likes it to just, we're going to do what it is, whatever comes, that's what we're going to do. So I do have a plate of stuff out here. I will show it to you. Most of it is from my Jesse James Beads mystery kit, magical mystery box. There are some other things in there and we'll talk about those as we go through. But basically they sent, I did a video, we can link that in the description. I did a video where I unboxed my mystery box from Jesse James Beads. And so you've seen the beads in there, and basically now I'm going to make something with them. Pretty easy. All right, let's do that. Okay, so here we are on the mat. This is my little tray of stuff. This is random stuff that I keep on my desk. When it comes in, I mean, honestly, for the most part, I always have a little pile of business on my desk. So I got just a random mix of spacers and metal beads. These came in the box, turquoise. This is some super thick Alonga 1mm cord, just in case we need that. Some charmy charms. I got some leather. This all came in the mystery box as well. Different millimeters and stuff like that. So we'll see what we can do with that. I got my strands. And then this was not in the box. I don't know where this came from, but I guess I thought it would go good. This is the one that came with the box. This is some chain that I picked up, which I just thought it was super cute. FYI, if you like super cute chain, you can find it all over, and you don't really need a lot. Chain goes a long way, in my opinion. I just liked it because it was kind of Southwestern. And then this is the mix of beads. Looks like I threw some extra charms in here, but this is basically the mix of beads that came with the box and the tassels. So now we just got to figure out what we want to do. I thought these would go good, maybe, in something with this kind of Southwestern Tucson mixy looking stuff. These actually came from Candy Cooper's website. These are check glass. I just thought they were kind of weird. Normally, the weirder it is, the more I want to work with it. That's basically what happens. So, this is kind of what I got out on my desk. I got all my tools. So let's just jump right in and see what we think we can do. Oh, I guess also, I don't know if we'll need these, but I do have, I was on a trip recently and I found all these little stores, like in Montana and North Dakota, that had Jesse James beads on clearance or whatever. They were, had a good price on them, so I bought a whole bunch. So I do have a random sack of mixes over here in case we need a color or something. But they are all Jesse James, and I don't know what the name of the, like the mix is or whatever, because I just kind of throw them all in there. Oh. My sister-in-law was helping me bead when I was on vacation, and it looks like she threw some of these little jade flowers in to that bag, so maybe those will be nice. Those are pretty cute. Those came from the Taylor's Falls Bead Store. All right, so this is like for real, this is the process. So I just look at everything. What I do is I match up the beads that I think will look good together, or maybe they came in a set, or maybe, you know, whatever. And I just kind of look at them and I'm thinking, all right, let's just start. Let's just start. So I do like this leather piece. This would make a nice bracelet. It does come with crimp ends. These came in the box. These crimp ends are silver, or like a gunmetal. So we kind of got to at least take that into consideration, you know. So I'm looking at the beads. I guess that one is silver. Let's cut this part. Okay, so that's one of the strands. So this one is wide hole and it's silver. So I think this one would look nice on here. I love these bead caps that they send because they're huge. I like that. I think that's cool. These ones are gold. Could always do a mixed, you know. So they're too little. Ooh, these are cool. They look like little flowers. But they're bronze. Okay. What's this one? This is how I always end up with like these crazy mixes of beads everywhere. Because I'm just like, oh, this one will work. So I wanted to see this one. Now, the hole is not big enough to fit on this leather, but I think it would fit on one of the 1.5s or a 1 millimeter. Same with these. These would actually probably fit on here. No. I mean, I think if you wanted to, you'd probably make it work, but... Okay, so these don't fit. So just this one fits, I guess. That's okay. So what I'm going to do is, I think the idea is just I'm going to make a simple leather bracelet. For this, I could always do some charms hanging down. I got these little tassels. What I'll do is I don't have one out here, but I do have one right here. Just put it. Go like that. Just looking around. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to do. If you've never made one of these before, this is just how I do it. This is just the easiest way that I've found. I'm just going to move some of this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So you have your piece of leather. I would have, you know, measured this. I'm not going to because I know they measured it before they sent it. So this is a premium leather. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this super glue. It's a gel control Loctite. So that's the super glue that I like to use because it gives you a little more time and it doesn't come out like in a liquid, you know? So you just put your little guy on there. Like so. Clean up any of that excess. With these crimps, you don't have to do that. I just do it because it just makes me feel better about my life. It makes me feel safer. You don't have to, because what we're going to do is we're going to crimp this. So if you've never used these before, you just take your chain nose. I have a super pointy chain nose. And you don't have to Hercules it or anything. You just give it a crimp. Flip it over in the middle. You're going to see this. You're going to see this part. It's going to start to bend. And give it another crimp. I even go so far to flip it this way and then make sure you got even pressure on each side. And the reason I put the Loctite in there is it to me gives it a little more stability. So you pull it, it's not going to go nowhere. So now you have your one end started. Okay. So now here we go with this. So I know I want that on there. I'm thinking maybe I will twist up some charms to put on there, but I'm also going to need, I don't want them to move. So I want them to be in the middle and I don't want them to move. So I'm going to need either like a humongous crimp bead or something. What am I going to use for that? These are bronze, but it kind of works with the brown of the bracelet. Ooh. I gotta find another one. I keep all these little dishes around so that I can have them on hand. Okay, where is it? Looks like this. Maybe it's in this other one. Where'd it go? Here. I got two. I love my metal, so I'm always ready with the metal. Okay. Oh, yeah, here it is. Now, I hope these are going to fit. They should. Let's see. No, they're too small. Dang it. Well, those might work for over here. Need some wide hole something or other. Alright, I'm going to have to get in the stash. Hold on. Alright, so I'm in the wide hole beads. This is my wide hole plastic container, which surprisingly is organized. Oh. Isn't that funny when you find stuff that you forgot that you had? So these are actually from Jesse James Beads. They're silver, and they're like, you clip them on there. I wonder if that'll work. I wonder if I clip this, if I'm going to be able to move it. It still moves, but it makes it a lot tighter. So that might be something. These came in the December mystery box. They're actually for those European metal bracelets. Or, let's see. We have these guys. These might look kind of cute. Yeah, those are cute. I'm going to do 4 of those. Okay. I'm just looking to see if there's, I don't know if I want to go the dangle route. I think I do though. I got these little peace signs. I don't know if they'll fit on there. I mean, I could probably make it fit. But I don't know if that's really the direction I want to go. So, alright. So I got 1 on there. And I'm going to do 2. And I think between there, I'm going to put a charm. Put on this guy. Ooh, that one's got like a, that one is defective. Back to the box with you. Okay. Alright. So, in my head, it's going to look like this. Put some charms in between there. And I'm going to, once I figure out where the middle is, I'm going to Loctite glue these end ones so that they can't move. Because, you know. So, now, charms. Where's my, there we go. I could just julie up some beads. These are gold. Those would be cute on there, but they're gold. I mean, not that that matters, but No. No. I have an idea. So, I mean, those could look cute on there, but I don't know if I want to do that. Here's some turquoise. I don't want them to be too long. I mean, that's cute. Some spacers. Or, I have this little check glass box. Here's some flowers. I don't like that. I think I go with the little turquoise. And here's a little red check glass to kind of offset and give it that, it's like an orangey red to give it that southwestern look. Or here's some even smaller ones, maybe all of those. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to take a head pin. It's got a ball head pin. Let's see. Where's my metal? Silver metal. I don't think I need any more sparkles in there. Got a lot of sparkles. I mean, can you really have enough sparkle though? I don't know. Let's just try it like this. The red on there. This extra one might be too much. That's too much. So we could go like that, or we can go like that. Opposite. I think I like it better that way. All right, so I'm going to do a wrap loop. I don't know. I personally, you know, sometimes when I'm watching videos and I'm like, yeah, got all my stuff laid out. It's nice. Sometimes I'm just like, why don't we just wing it? So I'm just taking my, I'm going to put a big loop on there. That's why I didn't wrap it in the first place. I'll do the other one. So when I do this, I leave a little space. I just feel comfortable leaving myself a little space. Flip it over, spin it. Hang on to that little stick so I don't poke you in the eye, you know. Okay, I always go back in with my chain nose and I maneuver this little tail around because I don't want it to swing out, poke nobody. But also, when you tuck it in, it makes it a little tighter. Like if there was this one was a little bit looser than the other. Okay, so now I'm going to grab some silver jump rings. Here's my silver jump rings, some of them. And I think I gotta go this direction. Maybe even a little larger. Let's see. Maybe this one. So probably like, I don't even know, 10 millimeters maybe? Let's see what we got. I mean, I guess I could do it this way since I'll just go like this. Where's my plier? So I always do like this with 2 plier. Because then I can go wiggle, wiggle. Make sure it's really snugged up. Oh yeah, I think this bigger jump ring was a good choice because I'm going to give it a little more movement. Go over here. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. Now, I think we got to do a little chain here. Let's get some chain out. We could do this decorative chain that I was showing you. Let's see how that's going to look. It hangs okay. 2, 4. We did 4. That actually looks pretty good. Let's do that. So I'm going to get 4 little pieces of this chain off. And split the chain up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here. If you have scrap chain or something, this is a good technique to use for that. If you have a lot of scrap chain. I have oodles of scrap chain. I'm going to use the same large, maybe a little smaller. Yeah, a little smaller. We don't want this chain to be moving around crazy or hanging down too low. But if you have scrap chain, you can always add chain to whatever you're working on, and it'll make it give you something to do with your scrap chain, and also make it just a little more interesting, in my opinion. I know some people design on a mannequin. And I've considered that. I think if I had one, I probably would. Wiggle, wiggle. All right. Maybe 4 was too many, huh? Let's look. Maybe we got to cut one out and go 3. But then it kind of looks like a V. Let's try 3. In my head, this is just the real design process, you know? Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you can get it on the first shot. Sometimes you can't. But another thing I like to do when I'm just kind of winging stuff is it gives, because then I'm not let down by the plan that I had in my head that didn't work out, So it's like, oh, we're just doing stuff. Let's try it. Because it's jewelry design. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just like way over off the camera. Because it's jewelry design, and why can't we try it? We can. Can do anything you want to do. I like that better. I mean, it doesn't show the chain links as well as if I had 4, but I like that from the side you can still see them. It gives it a little interest, but it's not hanging way crazy. I like it. I'm gonna leave it like that. All right, so now I got all the business on there. Now to do up the other side. Now, where is my... Oh, my cone's over there. I gotta get the cone. So this is probably going to be a larger bracelet. The reason I'm concerned is because I'm going to put a toggle clasp on it, so it's not going to be adjustable. So here I go now again with my Loctite gel super glue. Put it on there. You want to make sure when you're using these crimpy crimps that it can at least see the top there. Give it a minute. Crimp, flip, crimp, flip. I just make sure I crimp at least a little bit on each side so that it has even pressure. Just makes me feel more comfortable. Okay, I'm going to put on my end. Oh, I got them together here. These came from Goody Beads. I ordered a bunch of these over, I think, Black Friday. And when I first got them, I was like, you know. They came in some mixes. I didn't specifically order them. But now that I've been using them, I really like them a lot. I use them a lot. Okay, so I'm going to use these little tiny, like 3 millimeter Loctite jump rings. I'm going to try to anyways. I don't know if they're going to work with this clip. Well, maybe it's too little. But I like these because of the security factor with the locking jump rings. And I don't want to add too much space. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, it's on there. Okay, next one. So these squish links, or whatever they call them, but these bracelets are really cool because it gives you like a nice end finding for leather. So if you have any problems with working with leather because you don't know how to finish it, these are like the magical cure. Okay. So there we go. That's going to be our bracelet. So this should be 7 inches. And I said I was going to glue those down. But honestly, my bracelet's a little big. So here's what you do. You just tie a knot. And you're going to utilize this knot. It's just an overhand knot. And this is going to act as the stopper. Instead of, now overhand knots take up a lot of space. But this is going to be my stopper for the beads. So it looks like it's supposed to be in there. Like it was part of the design to begin with. Normally, I would not use this kind of leather for that, but it's going to work just fine. And now, let's see how big it is. Six and 3/4 inches. Just about perfect. Just about 7. And leather gives a little give, you know, so if you wanted, you could really work those knots and get them exactly the way you want. Give it a little stretchy stretch. Yeah, let me flip ya. One moment. Oh. So, here's is our finished bracelet. Just put it on. I like all of the dangles and the movement. I think the knots were actually kind of cool. Oh yeah. That would look nice with a stack. Definitely says Southwest to me. So that's one of the items that I made out of the mystery box. If you like these videos and you want to see more of these videos, give me a like, comment, subscribe, get notified when I put up new ones. And yeah, anything is helpful. So if you have questions, comments, or concerns, leave those down below. Let me know what your favorite part of the video was. If you want to subscribe, you can just click on my logo, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.